Anything, you know, when I actually found out that this phrase meant to welcome my friends, I thought it was a good way to say it. Start this evening and say, Nasa Sinaave, everybody. Nasa Sinaave. Thank you all for coming to the cafe. Dobre leche. Welcome, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to the cafe. Aloha, everyone. Thank you very much for coming out. We've got Dana Stewart as a feature. And people were asking me about a benefit that was last weekend, and I figure I'm going to have to go explain this the long way. I am wearing this goofy old t-shirt because in the 1990s I was in a band called Mom's Favorite Vase, and the guitarist, Warren Peterson, has been suffering the most difficult aspects right now of ALS, of Lou Gehrig's disease, and his wife, Sherry, back when we had the band stuff going on, when my birthday came, she got me this shirt. So I've got a shirt from Sherry, and so like I get to wear my shirt from Sherry, which I'm sure she doesn't even remember. But the evening was really fun, and I asked John about it, and he actually confirmed it with me before I could actually hear Warren speaking, because there were a ton of people that went to his 25th high school reunion, because everyone's like, you know, and people that didn't go to the high school went to see how Warren was. And my husband comes up to me, he's like, I heard it, yes, he does have Stephen Hawking's voice, because you have different pre-programmed voices. So of course I had to ask him, and of course he has certain phrases that were keyed in, and his answer would be, do I sound like Stephen Hawking? Oh, never mind. And it's just very funny to hear these things coming out of him with that voice. But it was a good evening, and things went well, and it was a good time to be able to go and see everyone there, and see Sherry as well, I suppose. But I will say before we go, I think we'll go through you know, a couple times for this or something, because we all just like to talk way too much. This Friday, because last Friday I read at the Avalon branch of the Chicago Public Library with the Ha man of South Africa, Francois Leroux, who was playing the cello while I read a few pieces. Because of that, I met up with a man who has something going on this Friday at Chicago State University, which has just been released on Charlie Newman's Poetry Word of Mouth, but it's on the South Side, which nobody on the North Side seems to want to go to the South Side, but it's a cool thing. And it was a public networking for success meeting, grouping thing, and so I'm going to be doing with music a couple pieces, and one of the pieces I'm doing is a piece of prose, because this is all about networking with people. So I thought it'd be funny for one of the pieces, I will have an edited version of this prose piece called Type A Person. I was in my friend's car once, and she was driving through the streets of Chicago, and she was letting people who were in the right-hand lane get in front of her when they really should only be using that lane for turning right, but they were using it to cut off a long line of traffic waiting at that light. Well, as I said, she's letting these people get in front of her, and she's stopping at four-way intersections and waving to cars to let them go in front of her, and when she is going, she's actually going like 10 miles under the speed limit, and I'm thinking, my God, she's under 30 years old, and she's driving like she's over twice her age, and I want to get going because, damn it, I don't want to die in this car. I've got a lot of living to do. I've never jumped out of an airplane or made $1 million or had a lustful affair with a high-ranking political candidate, and if I am going to go out, I surely don't want to die of boredom while someone else is staying in the most congested lane of traffic when they could just as easily get over in the next lane and cut everyone else off like I would most certainly do. And then it occurred to me, because I love being pigeonholed into stereotypical psychological categories, I really am a type A person. I mean, yes, I'm the one that's yelling and banging at my steering wheel at my car when people on the road are idiots. Yes, I'm that person that has to race and slam on my brakes at that next intersection only 100 feet away. And yes, I am only driving a Saturn SL1, a sedan with about as much horsepower as a 1982 Chevy Nova, but damn it, I'm not going down without a fight. I will be out there cutting everyone off, weaving in and out of traffic. I will be the one that's getting there before you. Trust me, I will. And even when I'm tuning the radio while driving, because you see, I can do that and put on makeup and take notes for work and check over my schedule. And if I was a Hindu god Vishnu and had 10 arms, I'd have a cell phone and send out faxes and eat dinner and start texting my friends and write a novel while I was at it. But as I said, even when I'm changing the stations or tuning things in on the car radio, I will still listen to only the first second and a half of a song before I become instantaneously disgusted and change the dial to the next pre-programmed station just to be instantaneously disgusted another 6 times and have to find a CD because all those other stupid corporate pieces of shit think that they have to play crap over and over and over again in order to please the mindless and keep them tuned in. Well, not me, thank you very much. I don't have the patience for that. God, I know this is a real problem of mine. I mean, when I get into the elevator in the morning to get to my office on the 18th floor, I try to make those doors close as quickly as possible so that no one can get on the elevator with me because, you know, I really do hate all people and really don't want to be in a cramped, confined space with a bunch of strangers. But when people do get on that same elevator as me, they invariably push the floors for 15, 16, and 17 when I'm on the 18th floor, and I start pursing my lips, stopping myself from saying, oh, like, I can tell that you need to lose a few pounds. You couldn't actually stand to walk an extra flight of stairs. You had to push those extra buttons to stop me from getting to my goddamn floor in a reasonable amount of time. And, you know, I have to tell you that I'm a human being and not a human doing. Well, actually, I'm both, and those things 10 times over and backwards, and I hate having to depend on the schedules of others in order to get ahead of all of them. Yes, I'm the person in line at the grocery store with 3 items, shifting my weight from foot to foot, frantically scanning all the other lines. The person who wants to ask the people in front of them, excuse me, I'm sorry, but can I please get in front of you? I've only got 3 items, and you have 2 full grocery carts full of crap like Cheetos, Pepsi, fish sticks, and Haagen-Dazs cookie dough ice cream. Yes, I'm the person who has 4 different sets of plans on any given evening because if any one event gets too boring, I can pick up and say, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be at a meeting by now, instead of having to actually tell them that they're too boring and that I have no idea whatsoever how to relax. Yes, I'm that person who coasts toward an intersection when I know the time pattern of the traffic lights and know that I can manage to get to an intersection without ever even having to actually come to a complete stop so that when the light does change, I can accelerate faster than everyone else, pass everyone by, and have the open road to myself wide open in front of me. I'm already guessing that at my funeral, when that long procession of cars is creeping toward the cemetery, I'll be opening that casket up and whispering to the driver of the hearse, hey, what do you say we just floor it and blow everyone off in line? We could probably grab a beer at the corner bar and still be able to beat everyone to the gravesite. Because as I said, I'm a type A person and I'm not going down without a fight. I'm going to do as much living as I can possibly do, and wherever that goddamn goal line is, I swear I'll beat everyone to it. Actually an edited version. It's actually a bit longer, but I've got that and another piece that is going to go into the set for this Friday because I'm sure that you Northsiders aren't going to bother going, although you can always check out YouTube clips for any of the